Alright, welcome to part 4 of this tutorial.
Okay.
From the start of Pittsburgh through to the Searchlight, in one go. Now this section right here, the gist of it is, the first wave of enemies consists of 4 human enemies, which we're going to take out using 2 pistol bullets and 1 rifle bullet. Obviously you gotta mash square there. Certain problems in this game, you won't be punished if you do nothing, but some you will. Alright, here's a... Oh, nice timing there. When you're sprinting at this... Ellie's gonna get a plus sign here, and when you sprint at him, the dialogue here, the guy's like, I'll show you, and Ellie's like, get off of me. When Ellie says get, let go of sprint and swing. If you do it while holding sprint, it doesn't work. So you have to... Well, you'll see it. Listen to the timing. You have to let go of sprint and then hit square, and you can trigger this like half a second earlier.
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
Hey. Watch out!
Right here, I'm going to have to do this a couple times because this is a section where... Yep, this is a section where restarting encounter versus doing it from the very start yields different results. So I'm going to do this once, and then I'll break it down.
Stay down!
Get the alcohol. Get the bottle. That melee weapon guy can be in one of 2 places. Get that melee weapon. Switched out. And you can pick up this brick. If you don't think you did that fast enough, you can skip it and pick up the bottle as we're leaving. And then they spawn in out of thin air. Rifle. Reload. Reload cancel. Get him. Get him. And then when it transitions from a sprint to a jog, restart encounter, and it skips all the dialogue of Joel and Ellie conversing like, I think that's the last of them, we good? And she's like, yeah, I think so. He's like, alright, you know how it works. See if there's anything we can find. And this triangle prompt won't show up here until they're done talking. But if you restart encounter on the transition from sprint to jog, you can go right here. You can go right there. Now, let's do that all over again and break it down a little bit. Like I said, the ideal situation is you use 2 pistol bullets and a rifle bullet, and then you use a bottle and a melee weapon swing on the final enemy. Now, the reason we do it this way is because we can control where the melee weapon guy is. If we do this any other way, we don't know where he's going to be.
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these guys?
So the movements of these enemies can be a little inconsistent, but one thing that stays constant is the first guy that rushes you. Now right away, no matter what, we switch out to our rifle. That's what we do first.
Stay down! Get him!
Now this guy's rushing us, Now what we're going to do is headshot him with the pistol and then rifle a body shot onto another guy. Now right there. See, there's the random part. The first time I did this, 2 guys rushed me standing up. This time, a guy rushed me, and the other guy took cover behind the windowsill over there. And there's always going to be a guy over there. But yeah, if you miss one of the headshots, like just for example, say you miss this shot right here, and it's a body shot instead. Here. Do this. Well, you would do this instead. That guy would be right there. And then just kill him. See, it's different when you restart encounter versus when you do it from the start. That guy will never rush you like that. We'll worry about that later. Right now, I'm just trying to show off how to do this. Gotta keep loading and saving, but it's the only way you can practice it the right way. So I think that's it. You need the alcohol, and then there's a bottle for the melee weapon guy. Don't ever swing or punch a melee weapon guy. It's not going to go over well.
Motherfucker!
Use a bottle first.
What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, you need at least 2 pistol bullets for this section. If you don't, you'd have to switch out to a revolver and then use that.
Watch out!
I'll do this a few times and then see if any weird things happen.
Stay down.
Switch out to the rifle. I'm going to use 2 headshots. Now right there, I recognize that none of them were taking cover behind the windowsill over there. So what I did was I got 2 pistol headshots and then I rifled the guy in the back. Again, if you're not comfortable with that, you can do this. The first headshot you just gotta get. And then if you want, you can switch out. And then get him there. If you want. That's playing it safe. Alright, but that's that. No matter what, use 2 pistol bullets and a rifle bullet for 3 kills. If you miss a headshot, switch out to the revolver and get a kill that way. Because you have to switch out eventually.
Motherfucker! What's wrong
Alright,
with
moving
these
on.
guys?
We need that
Catch
little
your
thing of
breath.
alcohol to our left, and then there's a
We're
bottle
leaving.
right there for the final enemy.
Watch out!
Stay down.
Once again, switch out. Him. And then get him. I'll do this a couple more times, but get the alcohol. Get the bottle. Now this guy is in one of 2 places. He either... And then get his melee weapon. He either comes from over there, or he comes from over here. Only 2 places. Oh, also you can do this. But that's just a little fun fact. It does nothing. So yeah, he comes from... Once you pick up the bottle here, you have to listen. He either comes from over there, or he comes from over there, in which case you rush him this way. There, you just gotta listen for it. Okay, anything else worth mentioning?
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these guys?
Yeah, some of the headshots you get in this section can be a bit difficult.
Watch out!
Stay down.
Here we go. Go. Alright, I can't hear him to the left, so that means he's over here. Kill him, pick up the melee weapon, get a bottle, and then switch out. You need rifle and revolver for this spot right here. And then you just aim. Boom. Reload. Reload, cancel. Boom, boom. That's that. And then a lot of people wonder, like, what am I running towards? I'm not running towards a specific place. I'm just sprinting. So when he transitions from right there to there, sprint to jog, that's my cue to restart and counter, because it skips all of this.
All right.
Here, look.
I think that's the last of them. You okay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good. We need to get the hell out of here. You know the drill. Look around, see if there's anything we can use.
Roger that.
Slow, dialogue, blah, blah, blah. The restart and counter skips all of that. Alright, there's not much more to show. That's about it. Again, if you're more comfortable using the revolver for the last headshot, by all means, go ahead. Practice, practice, and practice some more.
We're leaving.
Okay.
You got a basic idea of how this works.
Stay down.
Here, I'll show you what to do if you miss the headshot accidentally. Here, look. Oh, no, I missed. So I'm gonna do that, and then switch out, then stand up, and this guy should be right there. And then you can go. He should be over here. There he is. Bit of a weird spot. Alright, now I might not make it to the window in time, so I'm going to skip picking up a brick or bottle. Barely made it. So then what you do is when you're running back, pick up this bottle before the section is over, and then on the transition, restart and counter, and then you don't have to worry about a brick or bottle for later, because you do need it. Okay, I'm doing it one more time the way I know how to do it. Because there are times you will enter here with only 2 pistol bullets. I'm fortunate enough to have 3. But there are times you only have 2. That way you cannot miss any of the headshots. If you do, you have to switch out. And make sure you don't use any more rifle ammo than what I used there. I used 3. 1 in the first wave and then 2 through the bus. That's because you need 2 rifle bullets leaving this area. I'll explain in a bit why.
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these
Okay,
guys?
so putting everything
Catch your
together.
breath. We're leaving.
Okay. Watch out!
Switch out. Pistol headshot, rifle body shot, pistol headshot.
Stay down.
Come on, buddy. Boom. Get the alcohol. Get the bottle. This guy's going to be over here. Pick up his melee weapon. Pick up the brick. Switch out to the revolver. Reload your guns. And that's good. If you feel like you're not going to make it here in time, skip the brick. That's it. Now, one thing I should mention... Here, I'll use a replay to show you, because it is important. When you're using the rifle between the bus there, if you're when you're using the rifle through the bus there, rifle, revolver, rifle, to reload faster, let go of aim. Here, you'll see what I mean. There we go. Watch this. Notice after I fire, ooh, nice. Right after I fire, I let go of aim and I mash R1. That makes you able to reload the rifle faster than if you were just aiming the whole time. And then after he starts reloading the gun, then I aim again so I can do the reload cancel. So watch and listen. Let go of aim, and then once he starts reloading, aim it again. If you aim it the whole time, you're going to reload the gun a lot slower. Let go of aim. There you go. So then, sprint. When he stops sprinting, restart and counter. And that's that. Alright, keep that in your memory banks, but one thing I do have to show you is what to do if you have to restart and counter or you die. I have to mention that because this section behaves differently. The only thing you change, to my knowledge, is... yeah, the only thing you change is pistol ammo. Yeah, you only get a headshot and a body shot, and then you use the bottle on the last guy, but it can be a little inconsistent. We'll see.
What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
Okay.
Alright, so again, you know how to do this section now from the start.
Stay down.
But if you have to restart and counter for any reason, this is how you would do it. They behave a little bit differently. Now, don't worry about him. Switch out to the revolver. I did it wrong. See? It's been a while. I need a little refresher. Okay, I got it. Headshot. Come on, dude. It's not working. It's been a while since I've done this. Okay. Headshot. Okay, come on, game. Work with me here. This is why you want to do it first try. I cannot stress enough, it's important to do this first try. There we go. Get him. Revolver. Sprint towards him. Swing. Get the thing, the alcohol. And then this guy. There we go. Get that. We already switched out. And then you're good to go. Everything else is the same. The restart encounter wastes around 2.5 to 3 seconds. So that's really where the time save comes from. And these enemies spawn on the bus the same time every time. So it's actually impossible to cut time by performing this section faster. They spawn in like 38 seconds after you're able to move, and you've killed at least 3 of the guys. Something like that. So it's actually impossible to cut time in this section. All you can do is kill these 3 enemies between the bus as fast as you can, and do it on your first try. That's what it does. But if you have to restart encounter, use this strat. Switch. When you see him running, that's when you run. Get the melee weapon, the alcohol, and then... That looks a little dangerous, but you'll be okay. Hopefully you never have to use this strat. When I was running at ESA, I had to rely on this backup strat. This is why it's really important to learn this, because when I was at ESA in Sweden doing my run, I failed this strat, and I had to do the restart encounter. And if I didn't know this, the run would have been over. So the backup strat can be just as important if you want to keep a run going. So, pistol, rifle, switch. When you see him moving, you go too. Pick up the melee weapon, pick up the alcohol. And then this guy isn't always here. Oh, God. It's not a perfect strat. He's not always there, but he should be. And then you go. And that's that. And if you don't make it here in time, I would recommend doing this. Like, say, oh, I'm not going to make it. Do this instead. Just do the same thing, just wait for a clear shot on them. That's what I would recommend. And the important thing is we leave here with 2 rifle bullets. All right, let's do this from the top. I won't. Hopefully I don't have to use the backup strat. And then we'll go.
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
Okay. Watch out!
Stay down!
Rifle. Headshot. Body. Headshot. Oh, I heard him over here. Hold down triangle, pick that up. Switch out to the revolver. I'm not sure if I have enough time, so I'm going to skip the brick and go over here. I had enough time. Alright, now I need to get this bottle before the section's over. Sprint to jog, restart encounter, and boom. We're done. Beautiful. Hopefully that backup strat with the restart encounter never has to be used.
All right, go. See if you can get it propped open with something.
There's some pretty gnarly stuff in here.
Ellie!
Right.
Do it enough times it all becomes muscle memory. Practice.
Okay, go.
First comes knowledge, and then practice, practice, practice your fucking mind off. Can't tell you how many hours were spent figuring out these strats. Alright, this is pretty self-explanatory. To be honest, I don't know if you need the toolbox here. I don't know. It's weird, but I'm not actually sure.
Look.
I'm just gonna pick it up because it's on the way. Get the rag, and then go. That can be a little tricky because you don't want to pick up the smoke bomb. Hey, look, we're picking this up, and then... Oh, whoops, I picked this up. You don't want to do that. So remember. Toolbox just because. Get the rag, and then go for the door. And then reload your guns if you have to.
No what? I've been on both
Boom.
sides.
There we go. Now, go for the door. There's a training manual with which I think is more health given back when you use a med kit and supplements, but you don't need either of those. And in here, there's another smoke bomb. Smoke bombs work just like the modded weapons and the shivs and the med kits. Once you pick up your first one, the later ones will despawn. And then there's some parts and an arrow in here. If you're worried on arrows, you can come in here. Beginner strats, I would recommend coming in here and picking this shit up. But everything, this is all just a little too slow. The way the runs work now for me, I come through that door, and I go right here. Now, as soon as you hit triangle, restart encounter, and it skips the animation of Joel opening the door. Probably saves around 7 or 8 seconds right there. Around 7 seconds. So yeah, you can just avoid everything in there. You don't need it. I'm keeping track of how many parts and supplements we have, because we're going to use our supplements pretty soon. And yeah, with the way things are now, we don't need the stuff in there. Alright, now watch this. Notice how he gets to the top of the stairs, and he slowly walks once he gets to the top. Look at this. Right there.
Alright.
Nothing I can do. That's kind of slow. So watch this. If you move your guns...
Alright.
If you transition your guns from left holster to right or right holster to left, and if you time it right, he'll walk to the center, and this little camera turn will happen quicker. So, bloop. And he walks right there. Saves like a second.
That's our way out of here. Hey, Ellie.
Then we're just gonna
Slow
go.
down. Wait for me.
Right here.
How about you let me go first?
We're gonna skip everything. Make sure your guns are reloaded. 2 and 15 is just what you need here. Get this rag. We need that. Again, I'm keeping track of everything. That's all you need for this section. Okay, I'm gonna make a save file because I'm gonna show this a couple times. This is one of my favorite strats in the game. If you aren't able to get a brick or a bottle before leaving that section there, pick one up right here.
Oh, good.
Pick one up right there.
He can drive me crazy.
Pretty important if you forget. Alright, here we go.
Where did you learn to shoot?
Shoot him pretty early, reload the gun, climb, switch, shoot, pick up the alcohol, and pick up the ammo he drops.
That bridge looks pretty far.
We'll get there.
Now let's go over that piece by piece. That should be self-explanatory, but there's a lot of moving parts to it. It's one of my favorite strats in the run because you, no, hold on. It's file 3. I'm going to save this under file 3. If you redo this fight over and over, sometimes you don't get the ammo drop. Remember what I said about ammo drops. You'll only get ammo back when you're at 0. Not 1 or 2, but 0. So what we're going to do is use up all of our rifle ammo, and then the last guy we kill is going to drop 2, but because he's climbing, the ammo is dropped awkwardly in the bus. And if you fall off the bus a certain way, you can just pick it up behind you by mashing triangle. You don't even have to be facing it. But yeah, the first thing to know is when you can sprint.
Oh, good.
My cue for that is when we reach that car right there, the one that I'm aiming at, not this one, but that one. When we get to that back right brake light, once we reach that, that's when you can sprint. Again, the transition from sprint to jog doesn't happen like on its own. You need to do it manually. So you need to let go of sprint and then hold it back down. So when we get there, let go of sprint, hold it back down, and then shoot him pretty early. Reload the gun right away, and as you're climbing, once you hear the gun's been reloaded, switch to a bottle. Bottle the Molotov guy. Shoot the guy that's climbing up the bus, then kill him, and the Molotov guy will always drop a thing of alcohol that we need. Pick that up. It can be awkward because the last guy has a melee weapon, and he drops it right next to where the alcohol is, and this game's really awkward when you have to pick up a melee weapon and there's something right next to it. You need to, like, go out of your way to get enough distance away. Like, God forbid there was a melee weapon dropped here. You would have to go all the way over here in order to pick this up. So again, let's put that all together. So remember, sprint, right there. Oh, right there.
Where did you learn
Shoot
to
him pretty early. Reload the gun. Switch to the bottle. Get him. Get him. Pick up the alcohol he drops. Fall off, and yeah, the restart encounter is affecting the ammo drops, which is why I made a save file. But the ammo would be dropped. Strangely enough, it would be dropped sticking out of this bus. So when you fall off right here, you can mash triangle. Joel will, like, move his arm behind him and pick it up. We'll do that one more time. The best thing about this strat is you get the ammo back right away. If you don't get it back, that's okay too. In my current record, I didn't get the ammo and I got some later on. It's just a really nice strat when it does work. Get the rag.
Oh, good. Something else has been driving crazy here.
Right there.
Where did you learn to shoot?
Boom. Reload. Once it's reloaded, bottle him, shoot him, pick up the alcohol, ignore that melee weapon, and then mash triangle when you hop down, and you'll pick up the ammo that's here.
We'll get there.
Now, just like I've been saying before, when you fall off here, don't hold sprint.
This is what most zones look like. This place has been abandoned for a while now.
Like when you're running off something, don't hold down sprint. I would recommend once you fall off of something, let go of sprint. He'll drop like here instead of like gliding all the way over here, and then he won't be able to pick up the ammo that this guy, like 95% of the time, he'll drop. So yeah, that's the strat. That's why I made a save file, so I can restart encounters affect ammo drops. We've seen that before. So here we go. We're good. We're heading for the bookstore now. Alright, no need to make a save file here. This section behaves the same way when you do it your first time versus restarting encounter.
Yeah, me too. Just keep it down while we're
So I'm going to do it one time and then break it down, just like I've been doing. Thing of beauty right there. Beautiful strat. Let's go back and do it again. Alright, piece by piece. First of all, don't sprint up the entire set of stairs. It didn't happen there, but most of the time you get alerted. I think it's a first try kind of thing. If you sprint up the entire stairs without stopping, of course it's not happening. I think it's the restart encounter. You get alerted. You gotta trust me on that. I lost a run last month because I didn't slow down enough. So yeah, just trust me on that. First try in a run, it doesn't work. So you gotta stop your sprint there, start up again there. First set of stairs. Next thing, don't sprint leap over that. Because you're gonna get alerted. Okay? Red controller is red. So jog up the first set of steps. Boom. Boom. Jog leap over that mash triangle to pick up the brick. Alright, now watch this. If you sprint the entire time, you're going to die. The reason for that is the guy who guards the door with the shotgun is random. He is random. Sometimes he's in the doorway. Sometimes, like, right there, he's a whole, like, 12 feet closer to you. Very weird. There is a way to avoid that, though. I only discovered this, like, a few weeks ago. It's an excellent strat. So remember, so far, jog up the first set of stairs here. Don't sprint over this. Do it in a slow leap. Mash triangle for the brick. And then watch what my controller does. Did you see what I did? When you throw, you can hold down sprint when you throw the brick. But after you're able to move Joel once you've thrown it, let go of sprint and then hold it back down after the brick hits the guy. No, don't load that. God damn it. Whoops. I'm stupid. Don't mind me. Ay. There we go.
I'm so fucking tired. We're up all night.
So once again, stop, start, stop, hold it down, you can pick it up, and then let go of sprint, hold it back down. You will not get alerted. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I wouldn't even play around with, like, oh, he's at the door, I'm going to risk sprinting through it. It's ruined so many of my runs because it's super important you don't take damage anywhere in Pittsburgh, which is a possibility. So one more time.
I'm so fucking tired. We're up all night.
Jog up the stairs, sprint, jogging, then I'm sprinting. Now watch this.
Over there! I saw something!
Oh boy. That was so weird. I still made it though. That was so weird. I'm glad that happened because now you can see the randomness of the section. What they're doing and like where they're gonna start walking is so weird. Which is why that strat is like super important. At the end there. Throw the brick, let go of sprint. Alright, one more time. Don't sprint over this. There we go. See, look where he is now. Alright. Throw it and sprint, let go of sprint, and then hold it back down once he's bricked. And you're home free. Very consistent strat. Oh, and don't round your corner too far to the left when you're hopping down. You can take fall damage, and you just don't want to do that.
Down. Let's get out of here.
Alright, there's nothing much to explain here. You get the pallet, you bring it over to Ellie, and then as Ellie's moving the plank and like making a bridge, we're gonna pick up a bottle and then swap from rifle to arrows. And that's pretty much it.
There's our bridge. We're a little closer. I think.
Let's keep at it. Come on.
If you get me up there, I can move that plank.
Again, I like to hold down circle and X so it guarantees that he keeps moving. There's an L3 prompt there, but you don't have to hit it.
What the hell? Oh, this place is bad.
What was that all about?
So just remember, all we need for the hotel is a bottle and one of our arrows, and that's it. Just move Ellie flat against the bus as fast as you can. Now, all we're going to do here before Ellie puts the thing down is get a bottle and switch from rifle to arrows. So the bottle's in there. And then once you make it up here, switch.
Alright. Now you just need
And
to
then
find
go.
a way up.
The reason we pick up the bottle is because we need it here. If you forget it, you can get this brick, but it saves the time of us, like, hitting triangle and picking it up. Now, as for... because this is something I forget, too, all the time. The way I memorize... because we don't use the shotgun until the sewers. The entirety of Pittsburgh, we don't need the shotgun. But the way I remember, we switch from rifle to arrow, then arrow to rifle a couple of times throughout the run. The way I remember it is rifle, up, arrow, down. A stupid thing I like to do to remember is I went to Rutgers, so R, U, rifle up, and everybody hates ads. So add, arrow, down. RU, arrow, AD. That's the way I remember it. It's pretty stupid, but it works. So when you're there, rifle up. And we need the bow for the hotel. Then you hop in.
It's clear, Ellie. Come on down.
Let me go for the ladder first. It's such a stupid way to remember, but that's what I do. Just in my head, because I always forget. It's like, do I swap it up or down? I don't fucking remember. RU, AD.
Come on up.
Alright, so right away, this area right here.
Watch your step.
We're going to do the entirety of the hotel. There's not much to explain with the hotel. The enemies don't spawn in until you leap in here. There's nobody there right now. But as you've seen, enemies spawn in out of thin air. So what we're going to do is throw this bottle against the wall here, and that will distract the enemies once they spawn in. And I'll do this once, then go back. Stop sprinting right here. Start up again through the doorway. Climb this at a certain angle so we can keep moving. Get through there. Spawn in the enemies, you can tell by the subtitles. Push Ellie out of your way. Get the supplements in here. Everyone always wonders why I do that first, because I'm otherwise just waiting for these guys. And then, once they are in the rooms, get that bottle, get this arrow. Don't run right by the door, because they might hear you. And then we're good. What you do here, here's our smoke bomb. We're not losing time getting that smoke bomb because we need the alcohol right next to it anyway. And then you're good. And then you're fine. So let's do that again. I'll show you the consequences of certain things. If you sprint the entire way... Alerted. Now you can make it through. It's like, oh, I'm alerted. But they're not shooting at me. They're not chasing me. So what now? Well, look. They're not moving. And they're not going to move. So if you get alerted, yeah, you may as well restart encounter. Because they're not going to walk the way they normally do. See that? And even if you... Hold on. I want to show you something else. Even if you do... Let's say, for example, you think you're in the clear. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go for the elevator. You can't. Alright, I'm clear now. Let me go. You can't. I think you're good then. Yeah, then you're good. But it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. That happens if you enter here while you're alerted or the enemy at one point thinks they saw you. There's no way out of it. So yeah, don't get alerted anywhere in the hotel, because that will happen. So a way to avoid getting alerted on the bottom floor, because that's where it all started, is to stop sprinting in the doorways. Boom. And then start up again on the other side of the doorway. No alert. And if you climb this the wrong way, you'll see Joel, like, he stops sprinting for a while. It's kind of annoying. Now, everyone wonders, I walk around right there first, and then go back and pick up the pills. The reason for that, watch what happens if I do this first. I stop my movement, and then I go here. So watch. I'm just left waiting here.
Search these rooms.
I need these two enemies to go into their rooms, and then I arrow this guy.
Oh my god.
And then I'm good. So you see, it's kind of pointless for me to pick up the supplements in the drawer before spawning in the enemies, because I'm otherwise just waiting around. That's why I spawn them in and then go back. Hopefully this is all making a little bit more sense. I like to throw it against that little thing there. Okay, distract, stop sprint, start sprint. It doesn't really matter how you climb up this right here. I like to climb up like that. So he just keeps moving. Spawn in the enemies using the subtitles, coughing. Get the pills in here. Ellie can be a bitch to walk around. Crouch around the corner. Wait for the shotgun guy to go into his room. Now, one thing that can happen. When they're spawned in right here, this guy walks in here, the guy with the shotgun walks in here. But sometimes the shotgun guy can take like 3 seconds longer to walk in here than normal. I think the time I did it first, he walked in quickly. You can tell right away. But it's just RNG, completely random, how quickly the shotgun guy, how long he takes to go into his room. Okay. Distract.
Get down.
Stop your sprint. Start your sprint. Climb up. Spawn the enemies first before going for the drawer. Right around there. Get your supplements. Now let's see what the shotgun guy's doing. I can tell right away he is very slow. Look at him. Very slow. Wait for him to get into his room. And then you're good. Other times he is a lot faster than that. But yeah, you're good. And also I would suggest holding triangle, because then you can get both. And you're good. And that's pretty much it. Now right here, you have just enough time. We finally are going to use our supplements. We should have 50. Yes, we should have 50. And we're going to upgrade weapon sway.
Come on.
Now you got to be quick.
Just in case.
We're going to do that first. Weapon sway. And then swap out. AD. Remember my little thing. Arrow to rifle. So once you get in here, once you hop down, upgrade weapon sway, swap from arrow to rifle. Because we're not going to need our arrows for a while. And that's that. Luckily, the hotel is one of those sections where the consistency of the section stays the same whether you do it your first try versus restarting an encounter.
No! You scared
After you.
I'll try.
Okay. And now I like to hold down X here because he just keeps moving. You can't do that the whole way, though. And then don't do it here, otherwise he'll resurface. Just memorize which way to go. Holding down circle for descending, holding down X for ascending. This is another spot where if you have to restart encounter, that's okay. It doesn't really affect the section that much. Alright, let's do this right once, then go over it. Get a nail bomb ready, drop it right around here. Doesn't have to be a perfect location. Stalker spawns on the nail bomb and explodes. Now, I want to mention before I do this, the section is not 100% consistent. I feel the need to mention that. Watch out for any stalkers right there. It's why I have a bottle from the hotel. Get the key card. Judge your surroundings. There's a stalker there. Then go. We should be clear. And we are. Alright, that was good. Run away. Once you hit this door, stalkers are not allowed to get you. Sometimes it can happen, but yeah. The only one that can come and get you, stalkers can't get you at this point. What are they doing? The bloater can, however. That's what I was waiting for. And if that happens, like, fake it out a little. They're scary. Yeah, if the bloater doesn't hop down, fake it out a little. Go for the door and then, like, run into it so he doesn't throw the crap by the door. But yeah, the reason the bloater wasn't on the top floor is because I was sprinting on the bottom floor and that got him to hop down. So yeah, let's go through each spot, why I do what I do. Let me show you something first of all. This is a pretty cool realization, but there are actually no infected here. There actually is a stalker running around, but it's not active. It's just there for show. It's not going to pop out at you and scare you. It's just running around somewhere to try and scare you, but it's not actually active. Can you climb up this? Nope. That's what I thought. Okay, but besides that, infected will only spawn in once you either go for the generator or the key card. One or the other. See, watch this. Now they're everywhere. They're there, they're there. They're there, they're everywhere. And they're active. So if you pick up the key card and then go for the generator, that's not really going to work because there are stalkers about. However, if you just go straight for the generator, oh no! Now they're everywhere. You're fucked. You're fucked. And I'm hearing from some people that going for the door first will spawn them in. I don't know if I knew about that. Also, I think I'll be able to show off the stalker that's just running around. Here, watch this. See, there's a stalker right up there.
Oh, shit.
I want to see if I can find him. Well, I can't find him, but that's alright. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I didn't know about that. Is it just the one, or is there a bunch? No, there's a bunch. He's sprinting. Oh, that's scary. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. But now you kind of understand why we do what we do. I want to show you one thing, though. It's kind of cool. See, there's a stalker up there. And if you, like, freeze it a couple times, he'll despawn right there. See that? You can shoot it and kill it, but he'll still just disappear. So the game tries to scare you a little bit. It's not active because you can't sprint, and you can't really catch up to him. But the game spawns in an unaggressive stalker just to fuck with your mind a little bit. Which is pretty cool. You can even shoot it and everything. As a matter of fact, here, I'll fuck around just one more time. You can kill it. One rifle bullet will kill it. So there's a stalker up there, and we're not sprinting, which is kind of weird. I killed it and it disappeared. Look, there's the blood splatter. 2 blood splatters, and he's gone. That's funny. And here, watch this. Nope, hold on. I'm gonna detonate this stalker on contact. Hold on. That's kind of what we're doing. Are there any other ones? There you are. Dude, this game's so good. Alright, enough fucking around. This is a professional tutorial we got going here. That's kind of what we're doing at the generator, though. So all things considered, you realize now the strat is the way it is. It's just kind of the way it has to be. Drop a nail bomb in this area, and then it'll spawn right on it. Now watch what happens if we don't sprint around here.
Damn it.
Get our bottle ready. Oh, there's a bloater. Hello. You can still make it out of this, but it's annoying. What happens is you go for the door. Don't go for the key card. What you want to do is walk towards him a little. And then go for the card. And then made it. That's what you want to do. But wouldn't it be better to just completely avoid the bloater altogether? That's what we're going to do. And the way we do that... Because on grounded, you will die very quickly from them. From the crap that they throw at you. We're just going to sprint around the bottom floor a little bit. Like this much. Just watch what I do.
Damn it.
Then climb up. That should be enough to get him to hop down. Get the key card and then just kind of judge your surroundings. If you don't see anyone, then just go. Get ready to throw this. There's no one here. And just go. And that's it. After I pick up the key card and I'm just waiting, I'm not really looking for anything. But do not, absolutely do not, hop down the ramp and go right away. It is not the smartest decision. Spend 3 or 4 seconds just waiting. Waiting, seeing what they're doing, running left, running right, running up the ramp. Just wait for a little bit, okay? Other than that, there's nothing much more to say about this area. There is one more thing, and that's once you turn the generator on, and you're running around the bottom, sometimes once you climb the ramp, there's a stalker, like, right there waiting for you. If that happens, don't worry. They're not allowed to go into that area without cutting through, like, the back room. So remember, sprint around the bottom floor here just a little. Just a little. Now, sometimes right there's a stalker right in the doorway, and he can run right at you. If that happens, just get rid of him. And then when you go for the key card, the stalker is going to be right... Well, here, let's see if it works. Okay, that one decided not to be fair. See, that right there is not supposed to happen. They're not supposed to come right in here. They're supposed to cut around. But yeah, I remember this happening like a couple months ago. If a stalker is chasing you, look at it, but if it doesn't like be that aggressive in the keycard room, then you don't have to worry about it. But always be aware. There's nothing else to mention, really. And I just need to say, this is not a 100% consistent strat. I would also recommend try and not use your melee weapon. If you bottle a stalker, don't kill it.
Damn it.
Do not kill it. Alright, now judge your surroundings. Oh, give it a second. Alright, now go. Didn't work again. Alright, whatever. Remember, even if that happens, we're still okay. Go for the door. Don't go for the key card. Do not go for the key card. He's going to throw it at you. See, fake him out. Fake him out. And then you're good. Made it. So if that happens, do not go for the key card. You will not make it through there in time, and you will die in like 3 seconds. Alright, let's put everything together. I don't know why the blue... Like I said, nothing in this section is 100%, but it's better than nothing. Any, like, perfect run I'm on can end right here.
Damn it.
I saw a stalker in that doorway over there. So he might be up to the left. Now just pay attention to what you see. And we're fine. Once you hit the door, stalkers can't get you. Now, what else? When you enter that bottle and when you enter that doorway and Joel says "made it," have a bottle in your hand, because if you have a gun in your hand, he'll spend a second putting it away and then take his gas mask off, and you'll basically lose a second in movement. And also, when you pick up the key card and hop down the ramp, hug the left side and round the corner very tightly, because most of the time there's a stalker just to the right of you, and you can hear it breathing down your fucking neck. So when you round the corner to the left, climbing that ramp there, cut the corner very, very tightly. Yeah, that's it.
So much for that. All right, gotta find Ellie.
Once again, just gonna do this and then show it, break it down. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Okay. I use the corner of the table to know when to lock onto this guy. Once I hit the corner of the table, literally like, where's my hand? Literally like right here is the corner of the table. I use that to know when the lock-on is going to happen. And then what you need to listen for is whether or not you get alerted. I got alerted, so I'm going to do this instead. This is a new strat. Kind of the same thing. Well, not really. It's a little bit different. Let me make a save file just in case I accidentally overwrite it. That would be disastrous. So this is kind of a recent discovery. What I used to do here was a manual throw. I used to do this. Which guarantees you'll never get alerted. Guarantees. But you know what? I suck at this strat. I'm horrible at it. This is a 100% consistent strat. But goddamn, man, I suck at it. I'm so bad at it. Especially under the pressures of a record run. I lost a good run not too long ago because I messed up the throw 3 times. So I went back to a lock-on throw. So right there. But what can happen is sometimes you're alerted for no reason. If you're not alerted, this is the normal strat. You kill him, you get a bottle right here. You throw it at him, you sprint swing, and kill one of these guys. What are they doing? The AI in this game is so good.
You're dead, asshole!
And then boom. Yeah, the reason I got alerted there is because you need to do this fast. The faster you do this, the more likely it is you're not going to get alerted. I'm trying to think what else. Like, just practice, but yeah, that backup strat will only lose you 1 revolver bullet, and it's not even slower. It's about the same speed. I'll do it a couple times and just see what happens. So, use the lock-on. Right there, as early as you can. I got alerted, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to shoot him with the rifle, pick up this bottle, body shot him, and this guy's going to be right here. This guy's in one of 2 places, either behind what looked like the hot plate over there, because this is a kitchen. I think it was either like a hot plate or a snack tray or something. Or he's behind this beam right here. So that was pretty good. That's the backup strat. Oh, you want to see something really funny in this section? Yeah, the enemies in this section are kind of stupid and deaf. Watch this.
I got it!
Nobody heard that, right? No? Flashlight? Nothing? Nobody heard that? Alright, cool. Maybe it's just a one-time thing.
I got it!
Nope. They're stupid. They didn't hear any of that. So yeah, the strat is use the lock-on as early as you can. And then after you sprint swing them, listen if you get an alert or not. No alert, so not letting go of sprint, bottle throw, swing, crouch, get the brick, shoot him, boom. Now what if You used a brick in the previous section to get rid of a stalker. Well, then just do this. There's a brick right here. And then use the lock-on in the same spot. Alright, I got alerted, so I'm gonna... Ow. Shoot him. Crouch there. And then get him. You need to get that first shot off very quickly. Whether or not you're alerted is random. It doesn't have to do with like how quickly you do the lock-on and the swing. It's random. Look here, just to show you. It's not because I slowed down here to pick this up. See that? No alert. And then boom. Again, just practice, practice, practice. One thing that can ruin the section for you, if you get this to work, don't hit down before... Don't hit down... Don't hit down before you've picked up the bottle. I think I mentioned this in the slums. If you hit down on the D-pad... if you hit down on the D-pad before... I'm just seeing what else is here. I didn't know there was 5. Whatever, we upgraded our... That's the last we use of the supplements, by the way. This right here, we don't need any more supplements. We don't use it for anything. What was I saying? Yeah, remember, when you're picking up a brick or a bottle... I'm trying to see if there's a brick or a bottle in here, so I can show you. There we go. When you hit triangle to pick this up, make sure you hear the sound effect before you hit down on the D-pad. Don't go like this. You don't have it equipped. And when you go to throw it, you're not going to be able to throw it. So again, what you need to do... This is probably the most important thing I can mention about this section. If you have a gun in your hand, time it like this. Sound effect, and then down on the D-pad. That's what's going to save you in this section right here. Alright, just... If he drops ammo, that's great. Right there, that's where the timing can get a little weird. And then boom. I don't know if there's anything else left to say. I'm going to do this until I get alerted one more time, which again is just totally random. Nope, sometimes the animation can get weird there. Sound effect, then down on the D-pad. Switch to the rifle, I crouch, and then go. I'd say, like, picking up the bottle, throwing it, the swing, the switch to the rifle, and grabbing the brick is probably the toughest to do with your hands. That's why I have the hand cam here, so you can see what I'm doing. And there's the alert, so... Get him, get the bottle, kill him, and then get this guy. And that's the strat. It's going to be a little bit different, but believe it or not, it's actually the same speed. And the only thing you're losing in comparison to the way it normally works is you're losing one revolver bullet, but that's okay. Alright, I think we're almost done here. Oh, there's the alert again, so... Kill him. Get the bottle, crouch. Revolver body shot him. If he's not there, then he's here. And that's that. And one more time the good way. You know what? Let me show you without the bottle again. Let's say you had to use a bottle on the stalker downstairs. Get this bottle right here. Use the corner of that table to know when the lock-on's going to pop up. No alert. Get this bottle right here. Time the switch. Crouch and rifle, brick, kill him, and then boom. And move on. Alright. And that's that. Now, one thing I want to mention here, I'm going to get rid of this for a second. The press... oh, wrong one. The press triangle to place is a lie here. Watch. Where is it? Why is it not here? It's supposed to be. Hold on. No, it's supposed to be here. There it is. Alright, watch this. Press triangle to place. Okay. Okay, it didn't work. Basically, I've had it where the press triangle to place popped up, but then I just dropped it right down. I'm going to see if I can get it to happen. Okay, it's not working here. You just got to trust me on that. It did happen one time. Okay? It did happen. So when I'm moving this thing, I overdo it. I take like one extra step. And you know what? There's one thing I'm noticing. The restart encounter, I think, gave me back my melee weapon. So I'm going to do this one more time. The melee weapon should break on the last hit. That's about how many hits we have left. Yeah, see? Oh, and a pistol bullet. Nice. If he drops ammo, pick it up. If not, that's okay too. So, over-exaggerate walking to the right and press triangle to place. Yeah, the restart encounter gave us back our melee weapon. I don't know why. This isn't a section where you restart encounter and get your stuff back. But it gave us our melee weapon back. I don't know why. Just ignore it. So you have to mash square the first time, you don't have to mash square here. Yeah, any ammo they drop, by all means, pick it up. Because these enemies here, if you don't get the rifle ammo over the bus in Pittsburgh, like the 2 bullets that are stuck in the bus before the bookstore, these enemies are going to drop the ammo. So make sure you pick up any ammo that they do drop. And you don't need them. I would actually really recommend don't pick up the melee weapon that the last guy drops. Alright, skip cutscene. And then we go for the ladder. But the last guy we killed, he dropped a melee weapon somewhere around here. Yeah, the last guy you kill, you can see the scene of the crime, the broken brick. I think we killed him right here. Don't pick up the melee weapon he drops. Reload all your guns. Yeah, I don't know why there's a brick in this picture frame. Might be a fire extinguisher thing. Just as you're walking, running past it, mash triangle, he'll pick it up without slowing down at all. Pretty valuable. Actually, very valuable.
Get back out.
If you forget, there's a bottle right over here. Yeah, right there.
I hate this crap.
But you spend time picking it up, so don't do that. There's a training manual here. Pick it up. I don't really know what certain training manuals do. I just know which ones to pick up. You actually do need that one. Modded melee weapons last 1 hit longer. That one's important. Alright, are you guys ready to hear me explain this strat for the next half hour? Financial District.
We'll get there with this.
And Piano Push with a 9-month resub. Thank you, Piano Push.
You. You, 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 you,
Push.
You just have to push it forward once.
Push harder.
Alright, what I like to do here is mash X furiously.
There, how's that?
Because it's very awkward to climb that frickin'
go.
piano. Again, make sure everything's reloaded. Okay. Now, the reason I made a save file down there is because this section is different when you do it the first time versus restarting encounter. So what we're going to do, we are going to throw a nail bomb that kills 3 guys right here. Then there's one guy up there that we're going to kill with the revolver. And then we're going to rifle this guy in the window. There's a guy right there. He runs in here, and we get him right through the windowsill with the rifle. Now, the reason we switched to the rifle, because remember, in the elevator shaft before the hotel basement, we switched from arrow to rifle. We did that because you're not going to get any arrow drops on grounded mode. I've never seen it happen. But when we get down to 0 rifle bullets, all the enemies back there are going to give us a shit ton of rifle ammo. When we get down to 0. Somewhere in this first wave right here with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies that we kill, we're going to get down to 0 rifle bullets. We're not going to pick any up just yet, but we're going to get down to 0. And we're going to use the rest of our revolver ammo to take them out. And then what we're going to do is Molotov 4 enemies that hopefully are standing right there. And then Ellie's going to help us out as well. She consistently fires at some of the enemies here. You need to kill... Well, I'll get into this later, but basically you need to kill at least 3 guys with the Molotov, because then the game will spawn 2 less enemies in the last wave. Then you look over here. There's an enemy down below hiding behind a dumpster or behind this door. You kill him, and then there's a guy up here. You kill him, and then you revolver the shotgun guy in the legs because he has armor, and then... there's one final enemy which Ellie will kill, or you can punch or shoot, and that's that. Then frantically pick everything up, because when the cutscene is over, you can't pick anything up that they dropped. It all despawns, so you have to pick it up before it's over. I'm going to do this many times, and then I need to show off how different this section is when you restart encounter. That's the reason I made the save file. We're going to have to go all the way back there to attempt this. Alright, Joel's ready. Cracked his neck. Let's go. If 3 enemies don't die here, you can either, like, boom, boom, and then go for the window, or you can just restart encounter. It depends which enemy dies first. But yeah, 3 enemies dying from the nail bomb throw is very important. So let's go.
There's also no you're gonna steal.
I like to use the rifle on that guy. Now, as soon as I see an enemy pop up, L1, R1. Alright, I needed to help out there. Come on, buddy. Get him first, and then get him. I'm gonna get shot here. They spawned in very quickly. Alright, now pick everything up. Alright, not terrible. If that weren't a run, I would take that. I would take that. Alright, but if we want to practice that the exact same way again, we need to go back to the hotel. So practicing this is going to take a while, mainly because of checkpoints and stuff. But yeah, 3 enemies died. I revolvered that guy. I shot the guy in the window. And the molly throw was bad. The molly throw wasn't bad. What happened was I threw the molly, but it only killed 2 people. It needs to kill at least 3, but what Ellie did was she killed one, and then I killed the last guy immediately following her.
Ellie.
And that made it so certain enemies didn't spawn in after that. Then I killed the 2 guys to my right, and then there's a shotgun guy and a molly guy.
Let's go.
Hopefully I can break this down a little bit more. I'd say the most important thing with this section is make sure the nail bomb kills 3 people. Let's do it again.
Asshole should have known better.
I like to line up just past the curb. Kill him. Get him. Now go. This is a pretty specific throw. Alright, that's gonna get them all. Ellie killed him. Alright, that guy's gonna take a while to show up, so I'm going to get him. Wait for him. I got him. Ellie, you gonna help? And if he's begging for his life, the game just sort of freezes on you. It's kind of annoying. But yeah. Okay. Listen to my roommate. So distracting. I think he's playing Call of Duty. Alright, whatever. This section is very... There's a lot of moving parts to it. A lot of moving parts. Sometimes you have to rely on Ellie to kill one of the enemies in the back. The molly throw has to kill at least 3. If not, then you need to use your revolver. Then there's the enemies to the right. And then there's the fact that the restart and counter, the fight is done completely different. Let me focus on the restart and counter for now. The main difference is there's an enemy up there. And if you turn the camera, he won't miss you. Also, this molly throw is done a little bit differently. And then we need to kill that enemy at the same time. Boom. And then you get him. And then you do that. Ellie, you gonna help out here? Yeah, see, she helped out. So see, it's a little bit different. The main difference is the guy on the second floor is there much earlier, and the molly throw is done a little differently. But it doesn't affect the way you do this section that much. You still do the same things. The only difference is you just ignore that guy on the top, and this molly throw is further and to the left. Because, as you can see, that molly guy is taking cover behind the gate. He never does that on the first try. It's like a side effect of doing this with a restart and counter. So watch, this should get everybody. And it does. 4 dead. So now you wait for him, and then you patiently get him, crouch, and shoot him in the legs, because he has armor. And believe me, it's just faster to shoot him. And make sure you grab everything before the section is over.
Alright, come on down.
But when it comes to the armor guy, hit him in the legs, because the one-hit kill applies to wherever you hit him. But if he has armor, you'll have to break the armor before the one-hit kill will apply. And he has a helmet, so a headshot won't matter. So you have to hit him in the legs. So yeah. Again, the only thing different with the restart and counter is going to be where you throw this Molotov right here. A little bit further back and to the left, because he'll take cover there. Nice throw.
Right there!
And then right here. Where is he? He's up there. Also, don't run directly at him, because you'll get shot. What you want to do is crouch before he fires, so that won't happen. And then take this guy out however you please. That's the only difference, really. Molly throw and killing the guy up there.
Alright, come on down.
That's really the only difference with the restart and counter. If you're more comfortable with this strat, you can restart and counter at the start of the section, but you get a little loading screen at the start and a sound glitch. I think it wastes like 3 or 4 seconds, but if you're more comfortable with the restart and counter strat, by all means, use it. This section is about what is right for you. Let's go over some of the basics, though. The first thing you need to get right, instead of running around here, you can hop through. You can hop through here.
What the hell's he yapping about? Take a breath. Who's dead?
You can hop through the little openings here. So I like to go back left and then forward, and then readjust the camera
You're gonna steal.
on the leap.
Right? I would have done.
So it's something like this.
What the hell's he yapping about?
And then
Take a breath. Who's dead?
when I'm aiming, I don't adjust the camera. I adjust Joel's body.
Boss?
Yeah, he wants everyone to hold their ground. Watch the gate.
So I adjust the camera, and then I move Joel and the camera a little bit. And then I kill him, and I look in here, and I kill him. And then on the restart encounter, you want to throw this pretty far to the left. And that is a perfect example right there. Enemies with armor, the game doesn't tell you this, but this is how it works. Enemies with armor combust a lot easier. They're much easier to set fire to. Like, he was over there, I threw it over there. He was the furthest one. Ow, he ran at me. That scared me. Well, this guy too. Do I have another molly? Don't shoot me! Oh, fuck off. Fine. Yes, just trust me on that. Enemies with armor burn up much easier. Think of it as they soak their armor in gasoline. Think of it like that. They wash it in gasoline. And as for where I aim my nail bomb,
If you're gonna steal, make sure you get it. Right? I would have.
you see this curb right here? Right there. I like to aim it right around there. Ow. And to the left. Just to the right of that guy's foot. Take that. So to the right of this guy's foot, right around here. Get out of my way. So right around here, and let it roll that way.
Yeah, that's all I should have known, but
Right around there.
gonna steal.
Kill him. Get this guy in the window. Ignore the guy on the top. Whoa. Okay, something happened there. They spawned way too quickly. Ignore that one.
Yeah, that's all I should have known, but if you're gonna steal,
Throw. Get him. And we're going. We're moving. There we go. Overthrow that one to the left. I don't know how he lived through that. It shouldn't matter. Boom. And boom. Alright, that's the next thing I should mention. Come back here. If you notice, there were a bunch more enemies this time than there were in, like, previous attempts. Let me show you why. It turns out... I need to get there first.
yeah, that's all I should have known, but if you're gonna steal,
Watch what happens if I try to take them out with my gun first. 1, 2, 3. Watch how many enemies there are. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 extra enemies. There were 2 extra enemies. Well, it turns out, if you Molotov the first wave of enemies in this area right here, and it kills at least 3 people, the game will spawn in 2 less enemies in the final wave. Super weird, I know. Discovered completely by accident, but it's true. That last wave had 4 enemies instead of 2.
yeah, that's all I should have known.
So this Molotov throw.
Steal.
He was crouching.
Just like that.
throw. Alright, that molly throw killed all 4 enemies. Come on. Get him. Get him. Now watch. 1, 2. That's it. And then get everything before the section is over. The molly throw makes it so there's 2 less enemies in the final wave in this area. Super weird, huh? It's a great strat when it works. And that's pretty much it. Make sure you're out of rifle ammo before you go running down the middle. And again, the molly throw is different depending on whether you're doing this for the first time or whether you're doing it the second or third time and however many times it takes you to do it. When you're doing it the second time and onward, the molly guy takes cover behind the gate to the left, so you want to throw it like right there. It'll consistently take out all 4. However, when you're doing it the first try, the enemies spawn in a different way. Sometimes there's nothing you can do.
There, how's that?
Like, no matter where you throw it, what you do, it's not going to take out at least 3. But I found a spot that I consistently aim for. So when I'm doing it a second time, I always aim it higher and to the left. But when I'm doing it the first time, I run down the middle, and I only aim it a little bit high, and then throw it. Like, right away. And my timing for it is as soon as I see an enemy spawn in on the left or right. I don't use really any other visual cue. I wait until I see an enemy, and then I throw. So here's the first time, and the only difference will be we're going to kill this guy. This guy up top won't be there. He's going to be over here, and we're going to kill the molly guy over here and this guy, like, simultaneously. And other than that, the only difference is going to be where I throw the molly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I should have known, but you're going to steal.
Alright, that guy up top isn't going to be there. So, down the middle.
There you go.
Alright, I killed 3, and Ellie killed 1. Kill him. Kill him. Sometimes you're going to want to kill the rifle guy before the molly guy. But right there, I saw the molly guy was able to shoot before the rifle guy up top. And when I shoot a Molotov guy, he has armor. If you shoot him normally, nothing happens. So either aim for his legs where there are no armor, or after he goes, I'm going to light you up. If you're able to body shot him in the armor, while he's doing that, I'm going to light you up, he'll combust. He'll drop his Molotov and he'll combust. The bullet doesn't kill him, the Molotov does. But only in that 2 or 3 second window where he's winding up the throw. So it's not enough to just shoot him. You got to shoot him while he's ready to throw it. Because the Molotov throw was good, the shotgun guy and the molly guy are the only ones who are going to spawn here. And crouch when you fire. And I like to speed things up a little by getting that. Oh, that was nice.
All right, come on down.
Now the safety's on.
Okay. Now, it's super important. That's pretty much all I have to show off.
Do you know how to switch it off?
I do.
Okay, you just
If, for whatever reason, the nail bomb doesn't... I can always go back and practice it again if I want to, but if for any reason at all, the nail bomb here doesn't kill 3 enemies, you can go like this. It would be this guy here. Boom. Boom. And then get him in the window. It all depends which one survives the nail bomb throw. If it's this guy, you can do that strat. If it's this guy, you're automatically alerted, and it's really annoying. Very annoying. As a matter of fact, super, super quick. My world record My current world record actually had this happen. But I was able to adapt pretty quickly. Oh, dude, I skipped right to it. Look at this. Alright, so this is what happened in my record. The nail bomb only killed 2 people. I thought it did. Didn't it? I think it was a different video. Alright, I guess I'm an idiot. No, it did in one of my videos. Fuck. Hold on, hold on. Financial. It did in one of my videos. Hold on.
Hold on tight.
I am positive. Whoa, that was close. I mean, I'm aware I'm also an idiot, but I'm sure it happened. No. Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll go back and show you. Stupid fucking idiot. But yeah. Also, what you want to do here in the cutscene, Ellie has a rifle and she's helping you out up top. And when the cutscene's over, she comes back down here with the rifle,
Be careful.
and she puts it against the wall, so it goes from story to gameplay, and the rifle is still here that she was using. So you're able to get 2 rifle bullets just by running back here
Now the safety's
and picking
on.
it up.
Do you know how to switch it off?
I do.
Just right there and picking it up. Just like that. Alright, we're going to go back to the fight just once. I need to show that off. Sorry, I could have sworn it was in my record video. It must have happened in a run that died somewhere. What did I eat for breakfast this morning? Fuck, I have no clue.
Might be able to get there with this.
Hey, how about a hand?
You sure you can trust me with that?
Ellie.
Push.
I am.
Push harder.
What was a strat you did in this game 5 years ago? Oh, well, let me tell you about that.
Let's go.
Ay, ay, ay. Alright, but when it comes to the nail bomb throw, I need to show this off because, well, just because. It's important. The nail bomb throw is probably the most important part of this fight.
Yeah, I should have known, but you're gonna steal.
So if not all 3 of them die, this is what happens. I'm going to overthrow this one.
Yeah, I should have known, but you're gonna steal.
You can either do this. I missed. See, it's difficult, but that can happen. So either restart and counter,
Yeah, I should
and make sure you remember the backup strats.
What was that?
There, I got it to work there. But that is not as easy as it looks, people. That was a horrible throw. That took out nobody. But yeah, and God forbid, this is the real bullshit part of this section. If you underthrow it,
Yeah, I should have known, but if you're gonna steal, make sure.
you are alerted instantly. So if you want a chance of pulling off this section, overthrow it.
Yeah, I
Don't
should have known, but
underthrow it.
steal.
Because if this guy lives, you're alerted immediately. That's what I was trying to show off. One more time.
Yeah, I should have known.
If you underthrow it,
You're gonna steal.
well, that was a little bit too underthrown. You're just know you're alerted immediately.
You're gonna steal.
But if you overthrow it, you have a chance to clutch it out.
I should have known, but you're gonna steal.
I love how I'm trying to not get it, but it's working.
Yeah, I should have known, but you're gonna steal.
Got it.
Doing that, Ellie.
Light you up.
I'll light you up. Okay, other than that, that's about it. Yeah, I know that was a little messy to show off, but yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now the safety zone.
Pick up the rifle
you'll
ammo.
Switch it off.
I do.
And make sure you pick up everything that these guys
Gotta
drop
respect
here,
it. This is not.
Oh, I'll be careful.
because everybody and everything despawns once the section is over. Now, as for how much ammo you this is the point in the run where you need to keep track of how much ammo you have for each gun. A good amount here. Actually, you want 2 bullets leaving here. Anything more than that is good. Just to show you we're okay, I'm going to get rid of 1. Like, technically 2, because we get the 2 back here. You want 2 leaving here, and then pick up those 2 for 4. You need at least 2. If you have 1, you'd still be okay, but you're in a little bit of trouble. And then 9 or 10 revolver bullets is also good. We have, like, the minimum that we need.
All right, do your thing, Ellie.
On it.
Sorry, things got a little confusing there. Financial fight, there's a lot that can go wrong with it. From the nail bomb not killing 3 guys right away, to the molly not killing 2 or 3 guys.
There.
Okay, so there's a couple different things you can do here. Also, compared to the other tutorials, notice I'm skipping a lot of parts. That's because we're skipping like 90 parts compared to the other tutorials and other records and stuff. We're not upgrading both our left and right holster. We're only upgrading the right, and they cost 75 parts. Therefore, we're literally just skipping all of this stuff. The 25 over there, a bunch of... Oh, that's pretty.
How about you get me up there?
Shut up, Ellie. I'm trying to fuse into something. Anyway, the 25 over there, a bunch of parts in Billstown. This 10 right here. We don't need it. We'll get it later. Now, the way you're supposed to do this section is this.
Help me open this.
Here.
You got it.
And then use this to climb up. But it turns out you can actually climb up this from really far away. Here, look, see? That's what you're supposed to do. But again, you can actually climb up here from really far away. See? It looks kind of ridiculous. Even further. I want to test the limits here. Alright, that's about it. Because you can climb up here from so far away, you don't actually need the crate. You can do this. If we're coming from outside, go over here. And you want to mash X doing it, but you can just climb up here without using the crate. Ellie still gets up there somehow. Yeah, it looks a little something like this. And then I like to move a little to the right and then forward. You don't have to hold sprint or anything. It looks just like that. And you don't need those supplements. Here, I'll do it one more time. You don't need those supplements. I just like to pick them up. I don't know why. Oh, please tell me we hit a checkpoint. Okay. Yeah, right up here. Then go. It's a little easier than it looks. You don't need those supplements either. Then boom.
Get down. Get down.
We are moving at a snail's pace, people, but we're making it.
No.
This is one of my favorite splits to see go perfectly.
Busy couple of days, huh?
Whatever, man. Damn, no food. Old pair of shoes. Got nothing. Let's go.
down.
I know.
Okay, now for right here. There's one thing I didn't mention, but I need to stress. Do not use the brick during the financial fight. Do not use it. Just don't use it, okay? Don't use it, because we use it here. And if we don't use it here, I don't know what to tell you. And this is why. We're gonna... This is a pretty specific strat. But you switch out to the bow, get the brick ready, sprint, throw. And then continue onward. That's the strat, because we need to use a bunch of arrows here anyway. There's no real downtime to switch out. So we just used right there. Because those enemies are pretty far away. This section just works. It's kind of difficult to explain. I have to explain it through, like, consequences of doing it wrong. First off, in understanding this section is the enemies don't spawn in until you get through the doorway at the top of the stairs. See, the enemies are not spawned in. They are not spawned in. Once we walk through this right here, they will be spawned in. But watch what happens if we just brick them.
Well, at least they finally killed that couple. I was sure.
It can work, but did you see how close we were to that pipe guy? I have died a very painful and jump-scary death because of that. You're so close to that guy with the pipe. And again, it also coincides with the fact that we need some downtime to switch out to our bow. We don't have any. From the time the fight is over until right here, we are always moving. You can't just stop and switch out. You need, like, a good reason to. So what we do here is once we get through the door, we switch out. And even if you don't have a brick, watch what happens. I was supposed to die there. There's no new strat I'm going to discover. The brick throw is perfect. Oh, right. Just trust me, this is the best way to do it. Oh my god, the strat I used to do... Oh, did I not save? Looks like I didn't save. Oh well. Well, then we'll go back this way and look. The guy you throw the brick at has a shotgun. If you try and run up and swing at him or punch him, you're fucked. Just trust me on that. You are fucked. And in this next area, we're going to be arrowing some guys. So yeah, we need to switch out. So through the doorway, switch out to the arrow. And then right here, distract him with a brick. This has a 0% chance of failing. That's really the point I'm trying to get across. Other strats I've done, like trying to punch him or swing a melee weapon at him, or just not switching out my guns at all, they've all lost me a run at one point or another. So make sure you have a brick for this guy. You get through the doorway, switch from the rifle to the arrow. brick him. That guy to the right is too far away to react to you. He will not hurt you. He will not kill you. And then, when you hop off here, you can either run down the truck, like the van here, or you can hop off onto those garbage bags. If you hop off onto solid ground, you will take fall damage. I can't go back and practice it, so I'm just relying on like a replay. So when you sprint off of here, land on those garbage bags. If you land on the ground, you will take fall damage. Even though it's probably only like an inch or two higher, that's all it takes for you to take damage there. And then you sprint all the way there. You're able to maintain your sprint. That's the best part of this. Alright, I'll show this to you guys one more time, and then we'll continue from there. So we get through the doorway. Switch to our arrows, which is up. Get our brick ready.
Sure they made it out of the city.
Throw. Run past. Hop on those garbage bags. And then when the music changes, restart encounter. It places you right here. Let me make a save file for here just in case. That restart encounter is for a couple reasons. One, sometimes I've gotten alerted there. Very weird. I don't know why, but it happens. I don't know by who, but it happens. Number two, Ellie is lagging pretty far behind when you approach this area from like the financial fight area. She's lagging pretty far behind. So that restart encounter puts us right next to her, or puts her right next to us, because the progression of this section afterwards is dependent on how close she is to you. And reason number three to restart encounter, doing this section normally, killing the last guy, you sometimes get alerted for no reason. It's really weird. But like the enemy spawns and like the way they move and whether or not you're alerted, it's very inconsistent when you approach this section normally. I have noticed that. So the restart encounter there is like paramount. Okay, ignore the brick. Pick up this brick before you do anything. Get him. Get him. Get him. And crouch here. And get him at the last second. Ellie is very close to us.
I was too damn close.
To the edge of the universe and back.
And then notice she is right here.
The comic I've been reading, Hero says that's a good
There you go.
Alright, I'm going to move a little bit further forward and then we'll go back because that was perfect. And there's no need to pick up any of the arrows or shotgun ammo that they drop. Like, oh, you can see that guy dropped shotgun ammo and my arrow is fresh to pick up right there. I picked up this guy's bat. We do need that a little bit later. But yeah, moving onward. That was a perfectly performed section, but I'm going to load it up and show some stuff off again. Because something happened in that section without any of you realizing it. It's not just silently kill those enemies and move on. There's actually a bunch more enemies to kill. Yeah, file 10. There's actually a bunch more enemies to kill. Like, watch this. Restart encounter. We're going to do the section. But watch this. Well, there's nail bombs here, but look at that. One enemy.
Yeah, they're driving through that area now.
Two enemies. And there's also a shotgun guy up there.
They gotta show up somewhere.
Ellie, what are you doing? Can I climb this thing? Nope. Alright, watch you don't trip any nail bombs here, but...
Joel, look on that second floor, right there.
Yeah, see, there's a shotgun guy right here.
Whoa!
So how did we make it so these guys didn't, like, interrupt us? Well, it turns out, if you do this section stealthy, see, I can tell you right now, killing this guy like that, it would not work if you did this
The edge of the universe.
without the restart encounter.
Excuse me?
Savage Starlight. That comic I've been
But look how weird this is.
what the heroes
The section's over, it's done with. Even if we restart encounter, it would place us right there with all the enemies killed.
Okay.
The enemies are gone. Where they go, I have no freaking clue. But the enemies up here are just gone. Whether they despawn or what, I don't know. I think they just despawn. It's weird, you don't have to worry about them. Just kill those 4 enemies quietly, and these enemies up here just go away. Also, this is weird, if you climb out here, and then... No, it'll work, don't worry. You can die from fall damage right there. Just a little fun fact. But yeah, all the enemies are dead. There aren't many spots in the game where you can die from fall damage, but that's one of them. Little fun fact. But yeah, that's it. If you're super short on shotgun ammo and want to take 10-second time loss, there's one in there. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about it. Like, if you have no shotgun ammo, I would recommend getting this. If you have 1 or 2, you'll get a drop later on. You only need 2 for the sewers. 3 is ideal. I'm pretty sure we have 2. Oh, we have 3 from somewhere. We have 2 from some... Oh, pfft, I just picked the one up. Yeah, normally we have 2. Alright, let's go to the next spot. Alright, next spot is running past. We hop down there. The next spot is running past this military truck. As for ammo and everything, we're fine. Having 4 arrows here means not one has broken. In the hotel and in the last guy we killed in this section, not 1 arrow has broken, which is good. It's okay if you leave the searchlight without any arrows. That's okay. We're saving it for that. And then we don't use arrows past... Yeah, now that I think about it, from the hotel through to the searchlight, that's when we use all our arrows. All of them. That's a good stretch of gameplay right there, but it's still pretty interesting. And having 9 or 10 revolver bullets is also good. And you can craft a bunch of stuff, but we don't need to just yet. Just know we're good. Alright, we're going to run past this military truck, but this restart encounter isn't for, like, speeding up Joel or Ellie. This restart encounter coming up here is to make this area more consistent. It pushes the enemies back and just creates more consistency.
Let's go through the alley.
I'll show you. Right there, you can restart encounter, but if you just keep going... This section doesn't really work well. And, yeah, he's dead. So the restart encounter right there creates consistency. It pushes these enemies back. So this is how you do it. Look at that. Perfect. Ow. That's fine. Getting shot by that. And then just swing at him and then go. So how do I get this to work? Well, it turns out this throw is pretty specific. I'm not just throwing it. That yields some very bad results, as you can see. Whoops. Even that, it's not just swinging at him and then going past, because I got shot once, almost twice. This section is very, very specific. The way you get this section to work, the brick we have is from the brick right before we fired our first arrow in the previous section, but you want the brick to go like right, like you're throwing it, and you want it to barely clear the fence over the top. And you want to throw it as far to the right as you can. For whatever reason, that's what creates consistency here. See, watch. You can tell it's not going to work. Watch this guy that I hit. He was taking some steps towards the right. That means I'm going to get shot here once. It's just not a good strat. I know it'll work because the guy I swing at will not take any steps. So that throw was to the right. It barely cleared the top. That guy is completely stationary. And we're good. See that? Versus something like this. You see him take a couple steps to the right, that means I'm going to get shot in my back. Ow. So you want a manual throw far to the right, and it just clearing the top of the gate. And that makes it so the guy I swing at is stationary, and the guy to the right will not shoot me. So it looks like this. That he's not moving. Alright, I got shot by the turret. There's nothing I can do about that. That usually just has to do with how cleanly I'm able to run past after I hit the guy in the head. But yeah, what I've also noticed is where I jump through the window. Uh-oh, I think that missed. Nope, perfect throw.
7. 10. Keep going.
I don't know, 20?
Try 25.
Bullshit.
Swear to God.
You had 25 cans of bacon?
Well, 24. I just finished one.
How the hell do you have 24
Anyway.
cans of bacon?
If I hop through this part of the window, it'll work. If I hop through this part, it won't work. So let me see if I can show that off. Good throw. It shouldn't work. Alright, it still did. I still prefer to jump through the front of the window. So it looks like this. And all I can recommend is practice, practice, practice. Stationary feet, that's how you know it's going to work. Now, I kind of stumbled over him, so I'm going to get shot here. But it's not that bad. You can afford getting shot like that. A couple more times. Throw to the right, barely getting over the gate. Swing. I keep running into him, that's a problem. That's what makes me get shot, right? I didn't get shot. That's why it's a good strat. Most of the time you don't get shot there. Stationary feet. Alright, that was much better. I shouldn't get shot. Yep, I'm good. Then kind of bob and weave to the right so you don't get shot by the turret. If you just run straight, you're going to get shot. Pick up that bottle before you go. Time a swing. And then continue. Don't get run over, Ellie. And I need to stress how important it is to swing at that guy. Good throw. Oh, he's walking. That means I'm going to get shot. See that? The guy I swing at has to have stationary feet. So I did something wrong. Uh-oh. Nope, that hit the top, so that doesn't work. That should be better.
Watch yourself, man.
There we go. That should be perfect. I'm gonna get shot a couple times. It's not a perfect strat, but it's the best we got. Anyway, what I wanted to show off was the reason we have to swing at this guy. If you want to kill him, first of all, we don't have the ammo to kill him. But watch what happens. Ow. That guy that Ellie's wrecking right there, he will shoot you much earlier. That look good? Ow. Whatever. Make sure you grab that bottle. Even if you try to avoid him completely. Ow. If you try to avoid him, this will happen. You'll get shot by the guy is what I'm saying. Good throw. So the way it has to work is get the bottle and then do a swing. And you'll notice this guy to my left will shoot me much later than the previous attempts. See that? He's not even in the frame. So running past that enemy, it has to be a swing. Because for whatever reason, that affects the guy that would otherwise shoot me in the back. I don't know why this strat isn't working that well.
What the hell was that? Yeah, I heard it too.
Watch yourself.
No. It's probably the restart encounter over and over doing it. That was a good throw. There we go. That's what you're looking for. Take a little bit of damage, that's okay. Swing. And that guy will be too slow. See that? We're good. Then go. Instead of running across the whole fire escape, you can just climb up there. And then we're good. Whew. I know it's taken a while to explain, but that brick throw and running across strat is very specific. It doesn't sacrifice time, and it just... it's as close to a guarantee that you can get that you're not going to get shot there.
Follow me.
Okay, Henry.
Sorry about
Pretty much all you have to do here
Don't worry.
is pick up this training manual. Molotov radius, pretty important.
I heard some bad
Hold
stuff.
down sprint, he'll eventually start running, and then
We're right next to one of their
start hopping down just before the halfway point on the railing, and then just mash forward and X. It can get a little
Someone I'd look at.
iffy.
Yeah.
Like, it's worth time even just practicing hopping in front of them.
Sorry about the whole gun thing.
Don't worry.
You don't need the parts, you don't need any more supplements. Get the training manual, because you're otherwise just waiting.
Really?
Then when you get really close to him, hold down sprint, and he'll eventually stand up on his own. And then once you get halfway down the stairs, you want to crouch on the stairs, because you can't...
It's just you and your daughter.
I promised someone I'd look after.
Again, this is where it gets annoying. Henry's, like, always in your way.
Follow me.
I got a gold in my current record by doing that perfectly,
Gun thing.
so it makes a big difference. But yeah, when you hit the stairs, you're forced to walk, so you want to crouch over the railings and stuff.
Really?
Right here, when you get close to him, just sprint. And when you get to the stairs, crouch and then hop over the railing at the halfway
Right next to
point.
one of their lookout areas. So just you and your daughter.
I promise.
And then just keep pressing it.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
And then it looks a little something like that. I'll do it one more time,
Oh me.
just to try and get it perfectly. There's a perfect look I'm trying to get for it.
Gun thing.
Don't worry.
It can make the difference between getting a gold or losing like 4 seconds.
Really? I heard some bad stuff going on down there.
We gotta be careful. We're right next to one of their lookout areas. So just you and your daughter.
That was pretty
I
good.
promise someone I'd look after.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
And you get so far ahead of Henry, Henry will just bloop
Wait.
right through the wall. Pretty funny. Okay. Now this upcoming spot here with the 5 enemies, there are a lot of moving parts to it. It is not as simple as I make it look. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, basically.
Everyone be quiet.
Which is kind of the way how, which is kind of how other sections work in this game as well, but this section specifically. You can lose a minute, and none of it is your fault.
We're going. Man, that fucking truck. It's been hounding us ever since we got in this damn... Sam, what are you doing?
Nothing.
The key with this section
My backpack is practically empty.
What's the rule about taking...
is Henry manipulation.
The
Nothing.
rule. What is it?
You heard me right. I'll do it once and then
That's right. Now come on.
show you the individual parts to it. But the first thing you need to do is, you have the bow out, that's good, is switch out to your pistol
Close.
and then craft a modded bat. And you reload it. So there's one more thing to pick up here, that's the alcohol. You want to sprint just before picking it up. Run to the right so they don't see you. Crouch, shoulder swap, swing, swing, stand in Henry's way, switch out to the rifle. Get the pipe, the arrow if he didn't drop it.
Not bad, old timer.
Give him some space on the truck, let him climb up ahead of you, and then go. Body shot him, run past,
God, man, let's go.
kill him. Henry is sprinting into the room, and as soon as he says,
Through this...
restart encounter, that spawns Ellie and Sam right here. Doesn't waste any time with dialogue either, it just puts them here.
Killed one of them. He won't miss it.
And we
now.
go. Okay. Now, that was perfect right there. The shotgun drop I wasn't expecting. Yeah, these enemies right here are capable of dropping shotgun ammo. Now I'm going to show you what happens if you just try and go as fast as you possibly can with no regard for whether Henry's following you or not. It's horrible. It's really bad.
We're going. Man,
This was like 2.5 years ago, but I had a really good run going.
Sam, what are you doing?
And I lost
Nothing.
1 minute here because Henry would not climb the first car
What's the rule
to
about
get
taking
up
this?
top.
It
The
wasn't
reason
about the
being,
rule.
I'll explain it now, he needs to climb up the hood of the car. If he climbs up the driver's side part of the car, he will stand there for over 30 seconds doing nothing. So when you kill the 3 enemies on the bottom floor, you want to do it fast, but you also don't want to move too close to them. Otherwise, Henry will also follow you, and then he'll climb up the driver's side part of the car. And you also want to go loud on the bottom, because if you don't, that will make it so the enemies upstairs walk out of the doorway instead of sprinting out, which we don't want. We don't want them to walk out. We want them to sprint.
What is it?
You got all that?
Right. Now come on.
I'll show you what happens with like no regard for these strats.
We're close. Real close.
Switch out to pistol. If you don't have the pistol, keep the revolver out. Push him through. Get the alcohol. Alright, the first thing I'm going to show you is what happens if you just go over here. Watch Henry. Okay, never mind. He decided to climb up that part.
Not bad, old timer.
But basically, he needs to climb up this part right here in order to climb up real quick. If he climbs up this way, he will spend forever.
Get a fucking gun!
Here, watch.
We did it.
Watch this.
Not bad,
He's
old
supposed to
timer.
climb up right away.
Come on. Up on this truck.
You could spend a little bit longer, Henry. Just a little bit more. Also, one thing I should mention.
Looks like someone was up there, but they're long gone.
So where are the others?
If you take them out quietly,
We did it. Not bad, old timer.
watch what happens here.
Come on.
These enemies
Up on this truck. See that? Over there!
What, man? What is it?
Those enemies are walking out. They're walking out. They're not, like, sprinting out looking for us.
Get him!
And then it just becomes a mess. Can I headshot him? Freaking headshots. Okay, but yeah, I think you get it. So that's kind of why you need to do this section like this. Get him. And get him. And then stand in Henry's way so he doesn't climb up this side of the car right here. I actually have a video to show you right here. This is what happened a long time ago. Like over a year and a half ago. Right here. I just got done killing all the enemies, and watch what happens. No, you gotta go up. No. See what happens?
Damn it!
Climbs up that side. And then you, like, continue to go. I'm not gonna get Fast Henry now. The strat was a little different back then, but just watch what happens. Oh my god. Oh my god! He's still down there. And then he'll just come in and... Nope, Sam's going to block him in the doorway. It's all funny in hindsight, but I was not laughing then. Look at him.
Through this.
Yep, that did happen at one point. So what you need to do, and I cannot stress enough, is do this strat. And then switch to the rifle right here. Henry won't walk past you. Then you have time to get the pipe. Give him some time to get ahead of you, too. And then all you do right here is body shot him, and then run past this guy. And then kill him in here, giving Henry time to run right next to you. Up. Gotta make sure your feet are... You fucking idiot. Gotta make sure my feet are standing in the exact same spot. Once he says through this door, all that does is get them to follow us. Once the subtitles pop up, restart encounter, and they're here. No matter where they were out there, they're always going to be here. So, yeah. other than that, there's not much more to mention. I would recommend, like, notice I killed the first guy with an arrow. If you kill them with a bullet, they react to you much quicker. And they know you're there even before you've started swinging your modded weapon.
Wait. Everyone be quiet. Get away from the window.
And there's a chance you're going to get shot or punched or choke held or whatever. So using an arrow here is actually a big part of the strat.
Truck. It's been hounding us ever
And then
since we
once
got
you
in this
fired
thing.
the arrow at the guy,
Sam, what are you doing?
just like try and move and mash square. It'll get the next swing off much quicker.
What's the rule?
And then you switch to your rifle.
It weighs like nothing.
The rule. What
Very
is it?
you switch to your rifle,
That's right.
making sure Henry, you're blocking him from climbing up the wrong part of the car.
How far is this place?
That's really what you're doing. And then you give him space climbing the truck so Sam and Ellie will not block him in the doorway. And that's pretty much it. When it comes to the two guys on the top floor, we have to get alerted on the bottom floor because you saw the two guys up top will not sprint out of the doorway. So yeah, going loud on the bottom is necessary. And then up top, I kill one guy with a rifle bullet. I always kill that guy with a rifle bullet. Trying to get a headshot on him with a pistol or something is way too inconsistent. So I always use a rifle bullet. But when it comes to the final guy, I like to use a pistol bullet and then swing at him in the room where Henry unlocks the door. If you don't have any pistol ammo, either use another rifle bullet if you have enough, because rifle ammo is... basically, if you... Again, because financial district, you need to start paying attention to how much ammo you have for each gun. You need at least 2 leaving the financial fight, and then pick up the 2 behind you for 4. If you have any less than that, don't use a rifle bullet here. Use a revolver bullet. So if you have no pistol ammo, use a revolver bullet for the final guy. Or if you have a shit ton of rifle ammo after the fight, just use another one of those. And yeah, this is all stuff I think about when I'm doing my runs here. From financial through, like, science lab. You need to be aware of how much ammo you have. And remember, when you're doing it this way, you need to get this alcohol over here. It's one of the last things we pick up. Over here, shoulder swap. Swing. Swing. Don't let Henry get ahead of you. Rifle. Pick up anything that he wants. Make sure he climbs up the front of the car. And then go. Body shot. Run past him. Pistol ammo. If you don't have pistol ammo, use a revolver bullet. Kill him. Henry's going to sprint in the room. And because we gave him space on the truck, Ellie or Sam isn't going to be before him. So he's always sprinting. And then dialogue.
Through this door.
Restart encounter.
You sure it's safe?
Ellie and Sam are right here.
I'm the only one with the key, man.
And you can go first.
I killed one of them. He won't miss it now. Everybody through.
Reload your guns.
Back here.
Alright, up next we need the bow
Me?
and the revolver.
How old are you?
Molly and smoke bomb, we should have a full rag and half an alcohol. We only have one more crafting ingredient to pick up, and that's going to be in the dam. Make sure there's
Here
a
we are.
arrow in your bow, and everything else is reloaded. And then something you can do here, stand right here, and when the door starts to open, you can swing into the cutscene. Let's see if I can get it. Yep, got it. It's like 3 seconds faster. Okie dokie. Last part of this tutorial, because I know you guys are all just... I can read your minds. You're just like, how much longer is he going to drag out these sections and the explanations? We're almost done. Don't worry. Okay? We're almost done. Okay. So, next thing we got to do is more Henry manipulation.
All right, y'all stay close, okay?
You tried this before?
if you just follow right behind him,
That's comforting.
Relax, old
he's
man.
going to...
I just hope you
Of
know.
course he does it perfectly that time. That's ideal,
Hey, y'all stay
but that
close,
doesn't
okay?
normally happen.
You tried this before?
What normally happens
Yeah.
That's comforting.
is this. No matter which way you
Relax,
go,
old man.
he turns around,
Know the way.
and he's slow, and I hate him for that. But yeah, he does that. So a way to like 100% of the
okay?
time make him consistently
this
fast.
before?
Not as fast as the first time, but fast. Go like
Relax,
this.
old man.
I just hope you know the way.
He stops for a brief second, but he'll never turn around.
Hey, y'all stay close, okay?
I spent like 2 hours on this
You
strat.
tried this before?
Yeah.
So right around here,
Relax, old man.
I just hope you know the way.
just get him to keep moving 100% of the time. Okay. Just like every other section, I'll do it fast once and then break it down. We're almost done with this with part 4, people. A little bit longer. Alright, pay attention to my controller cam. I stop sprinting right before I throw it. Kill him. Swing at him. Don't go too fast or the searchlight will get you. Kill him. Shoot him in the body. Headshot him. Body shot him. That shot's difficult. Pick up the arrow if it doesn't break. And then right here you can either shoot the rest of the guys with the revolver or load an arrow into the bow somewhere in between the killings and then... Oh, wow. I actually had no clue he could shoot you from up there. That is discovery to me. Yeah, it's pretty consistent to just kill him with a revolver and then you can keep going. But yeah. Alright, so watch what happens if I sprint the whole time. Alright, I was supposed to get alerted there. If you sprint and throw the bottle, the guy normally turns around and you're alerted. But I should mention, watch what happens if you do this section too quickly.
Find something to hide behind.
Ah, shit, they spotted us. So you can't go as fast as you can. So what you do is let go of sprint just before throwing the bottle. Spend a little bit of time lining up the swing and everything. And flashlight alerts them. Spend a little bit of time on the kill. And I have to mention also the angle of the swing is important. Because if you go for a swing over here versus over here, that will happen. You'll push his face into the concrete, and you will get alerted almost every time. So the angle of the swing is important. And then what you have to do, arrow him. Now notice this guy right here. He's wearing a helmet. If I headshot him, all I'll do is knock off his helmet. And this is also something kind of cool. Unless you like stand in the middle and the searchlight is on you, you'll never get alerted. And like the almost getting alerted sound will continue to play. I think this is the only section where you can get that to happen, but listen. Like that little humming sound to let you know you're almost going to get alerted is actually like an OST in this game because it eventually repeats. right there, it just repeated again. It lasts for like 20 seconds each time. But enough of that. That's just a little fun fact. This guy has a helmet, so if I shoot him,
Something to hide behind.
it just knocks off his helmet. So what I do there is I hit his body. He doesn't have armor on. He only has a helmet. So I shoot his body. Let go of sprint before you throw it. Don't go too fast, or the light will get you. Shoot his body, and then you can shoot anywhere on him, and then shoot him before he gets behind this sign right here. And if you're feeling safe, just use all revolver ammo there. You can use 1 arrow or all 6 revolver bullets. It's okay. What you don't want to do is miss any of your shots. That makes it so bad. See, he just... You don't want to play around with this section. I usually wait a little while. You don't want to wait too long, because... that will happen. So it's a fine line, really. Oh god, don't give me a loading screen forever. I usually time my brick throw, so like he's walking into the building and he starts the dialogue with something like, "Hey man, I think I heard something." Like as he's saying that dialogue, that's when the brick or that's when the bottle should hit him. That's when the bottle should hit him. And it looks like we're getting a loading screen here. Anything else worth mentioning? Not really. If you do miss a shot, well, fuck it. You gotta reload your revolver and fuck them up. I would say, like, once the guys start hopping out that little window to the right, the first shot is probably the hardest. Okay, I love when we get loading screens for absolutely no reason. It's so much fun. How did Naughty Dog know this is like where the most fun in this game is to be had? Geniuses, them. Man. Okay. Come on. Is there anything left to say? When I fire the arrow at the very first guy, I like to mash triangle. There's a chance it'll stick in him and you can pick it up right away. If it doesn't stick in him, don't keep mashing triangle because otherwise you'll put the guy to your left in a chokehold. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Don't keep mashing triangle because then that will happen. Triangle does everything. Okay? So make sure you stop mashing triangle before then.
Got a fucking gun!
Very observant, sir.
Yeah, I hear it, but I don't see shit.
Alright, hit him in the body.
Something to hide behind.
And just shoot him anywhere. And this is where it gets difficult because these railings have collision. If you're trying to shoot this, if you're trying to shoot a guy up here, go Henry, go. If you're trying to shoot a guy up here and you hit the railing, it won't kill them. So you need to shoot in between those bars there. There's a lot that can go wrong here.
Hey, hear that? Quick. Yeah, I hear it, but I don't see shit. Something to hide behind.
There we go. That missed.
Henry, give me a hand with this.
All right.
So like I said, this section can just fall apart on its own. The only other thing to show off here is if you have an arrow, kill him like this.
Wait.
This guy will consistently run left, then right. So it makes for an easy shot. You just run here, and then you aim literally right in this general area, and it'll hit him. He doesn't react to your flashlight. He doesn't really react to anything. If you don't have an arrow, you can actually see it perfectly right there. The restart encounter pushes us back a little bit, but he's got this movement. Left, right.
Oh no.
Henry actually does something there, but killing him is faster.
Wait.
Hey, they're over here!
Oh no.
If you don't have any ammo, you can let Henry kill him, but at the speeds I'm trying to get, it's faster by like 4 or 5 seconds to kill him on your own. Alright, let's go back to the very start and do all this. Also, if you don't have any arrows approaching here, that's okay. You either let Henry kill him, or you kill him yourself with a revolver bullet. Yeah, it's okay. Again, you got to memorize like how much ammo you have for each gun. It's okay to have 0 arrows leaving this area. It's okay. You need 2 arrows for this fight here. The first guy and then the guy in the middle.
Close, okay.
You need 2 arrows here.
You tried this before?
Yeah.
But once we get past there, you don't
Relax, old man.
I just hope you know the way.
you don't need arrows like for the rest of the game. Hotel through here really is where we use all of the arrows in the game. So an advanced strat here would be in the middle of killing the guys up top, you can load an arrow in your bow and kill one of the guys with it, but even I don't like doing that. I'd rather just use revolver ammo. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Let go of sprint before you throw it. Stop mashing triangle if you see the arrow isn't, you can't pick it up.
Yeah, I hear it, but I don't see.
And then body,
To hide behind.
head. Get him. And then either use all revolver ammo or do that.
Henry, give me a hand.
And yes, before you laugh at it, sometimes that can happen. One of the enemies can literally just go like this and just descend downward. I don't know why, but that happens. So yeah, using all revolver ammo there is easier. But if you want to conserve revolver ammo, try and fire an arrow at one of those guys. It's even tricky for me, though. So, yeah.
All right. Ready?
And remember, it's okay to leave here without any arrows. If you have no arrows here, kill the guy up top with a revolver. If you have an arrow, though, remember, he'll run left, and then he'll run right. Boom. And if you have a pistol bullet, great. If not, keep your revolver.
Check it out.
We're good. Sam, let's go.
All right, kid.
There's not much more to mention for the Searchlight, that area. You know, when it comes to killing the 4 guys up top that are hopping out of their little window or whatever, that's pretty self-explanatory. Just shoot them with the revolver. It's the first, like, 4 or 5 enemies that are tough to deal with.
Okay, we gotta get him up.
I'm sorry. We're leaving.
What? What's this bullshit?
Hey, now!
What the fuck, Henry? We stick together.
Okay, I'm gonna make another save file right here. And here is something that I get messaged a lot. He's like, hey Anthony, there's always like a camera glitch that I'm experiencing. Have you ever gotten that? The answer is yes. It happens to me every time. But I get rid of it by restarting encounter right there. Once you get through the doorway, you can restart encounter. But look at this. There is a camera glitch that's happening.
Right here.
Let me switch out real quick and get rid of these guys. Look at the camera.
Over here. You're fucking.
Oh, I'm dead. Well, whatever. You saw it happening. The camera just turns around and wants to point towards the truck outside. The way to get rid of that is to restart encounter as soon as you enter the doorway of the bar. Completely gets rid of it. Now, the strat for here is this.
Whoa.
And then continue onward. So yeah, everyone's in chat like, it happens to me too, it happens to me too. Let me look it over real quick. The strat is as soon as you get right there, restart encounter. Okay, let's go over this again. You need a brick for the sewers. Now remember, that guy has armor, so he'll burn up very quickly. Remember what I said in Financial District.
Gross.
He'll burn up very quickly because of the armor he's wearing. This guy, and this guy. You need to get the throws off. You need to get the throw off quickly because you get alerted quickly and yeah, if you take your time with the throw, they might move away from like where the Molotov throw is going to be. So yeah, like when I'm throwing it, you want to watch you don't throw it like right here. Otherwise, it's going to hit this stand here. You don't want to throw it too short because then the guy in the back will live through it. When I'm throwing it, I like to move Joel's body, not the camera, because then like it's going to fuck this up. So I aim it sort of in the middle and then I adjust Joel, not the camera. That's how I do it. The hard part is picking up.
Here he is.
I'm surprised that worked. I thought I took too long. But yeah, the hard part is picking up the brick and then going. See, watch, because you can accidentally do a leap over. See, that time he survived it because I took too long. But if you pick up the brick, you'll do a throw like, you'll do a leap like that instead of like that. So you want to be mashing triangle and then make sure you're standing up before you do the leap. And that's a good throw. My advice for the throw would be if you think you've lined it up perfectly, throw it a little bit further back. Because I've lost a lot of runs because this asshole would not die. So it's a combination of you got to get the throw off quickly, make sure it doesn't hit this, and throw it pretty far back. And the more you restart and counter this section, like the worse the AI patterns become. And see, that's the problem. That's why I struggle with this throw so much. That's much better. If you underthrow it, just shoot him, okay? If you underthrow it, you're not going to be able to rush this guy with a pipe. Just shoot him with whatever you have. So once more. Boom. And then go for that. You cannot move this thing until all the enemies are dead. Okay? And that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to do this the fastest way possible, and then I'll go back and explain it. Beautiful. Okay, first things first. As soon as you're able to gain control of Joel, sprint towards the back door of the cop car. Because that skips... Wait for it. Come on, game. Come on. That skips this. We don't want that to happen, so a way to avoid that is literally to sprint at the cop car like this. That's a nice strat. And then shooting at this gas tank makes it so we skip this. Everyone's like, why do you shoot the gas tank on the bridge? It's to skip that falling down animation. You're not at risk of dying. It's like an in-game cutscene. The game's kind of looking out for you there. So all together, instead of the camera panning backwards towards the truck, we're able to keep going. And instead... Oh, god damn it. Ellie's kind of in my way. Anyway. And instead of that gas tank staggering us, we shoot it and we can just keep going. That saves a good 3 or 4 seconds. So I know that was all a little bit messy. Let's go over it again. From start to finish. Well, not the searchlight, just the bar and that. Put everything together. I already showed off the camera glitch, so I'm not going to show it off again. Basically, the camera just wants to continuously look at the truck, even when you're inside. And right away, right through. Restart encounter. Get a brick. Stand up when you do the leap. This game is amazing, dude. Let's do that again. Alright. Get the brick. Sprint leap over. And that was good. Now go through here. Sprint towards the back door of the cop car. If you're not comfortable with this strat, don't do it, but it does save around 4 seconds. And then go. It's okay if you have no pistol ammo. Then skip cutscene. It's okay if you have no pistol ammo leaving here. That's kind of the point, because in the sewers we're going to get a bunch back. But yeah, that's it for part 4. That was Pittsburgh through Searchlight. That took a while to explain, but that section, that stretch of game there, you know, there's a lot to it. Hopefully I've gotten the message across that there's more than meets the eye when it comes to these runs, especially with this section here. I would say there's a lot less luck, and there's a bit more that you have control over, but there's still a lot there that can go wrong. But yeah, on to part 5, Sewers and Suburbs.